The arrow.
Like, why are there 2 points of light behind her?
Eyes meet.
Like, that seems really, it's just very distracting to have that one light there. And then now there's like, why are there lights back there? It doesn't make any sense. Greetings, fellow movie lover. Welcome to Old Lady Reacts. I'm the old lady, otherwise known as Michelle. I'm a huge movie buff, and this is my channel where I react to a wide variety of action, superhero, and blockbuster movies. I started the channel so I can understand the inside jokes and references in WandaVision, and here we are 3 years later, still reacting. I can't believe I'm still doing this. Finally, Wicked is only like $6 to watch on Prime, so I think it's about time I get around to seeing it. I have read the book. It was actually a big deal when it came out. I think I was working at Barnes & Noble at the time when the musical came out, and so everyone was like super interested in the book all of a sudden then. So I'm pretty familiar with the book, although I read it like way back when it first came out. So I wouldn't say I remember a ton of specifics, but I remember loving it, and I still have a copy of it on my shelf. I have seen the musical on stage when the tour came through Minneapolis, so, you know, I'm also familiar with the music and how the show differs from the book, which is, I mean, it's basically completely different. I remember enough about the book to be like remembering watching the musical going, what is this? They're pretty drastically different. So I'm interested now to see this kind of third iteration of the story and to see like what they've done with it. I know it's only part 1 and it's almost 3 hours, so I'm very curious to see how that's going to work. I'm also curious about how it's going to deal with like the politics of the story, because I don't remember a ton of the politics from the book, but like the musical really focuses on, you know, the rights of the animals and the rights of like the non-human people. It's like there's like the animals, like the monkeys, but then there's like the non-human characters like Dr. Dillamond and all of that. That I remember. So I'm very curious how it's going to deal with the politics of that. And it's like, is it going to lean into that or kind of soft shoe it, you know the way things are politically right now. So everything's weird. So who knows? I'm familiar with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, although I wouldn't say that I'm a huge fan of either of them. Like, I don't think I've actually seen anything that they've been in. But I do like John M. Chu. I really liked Crazy Rich Asians. I thought that was hilarious. And that I read, I had read the book and then seen the movie. And then, well, I didn't really love his version of In the Heights. That's never been one of my favorite musicals anyway. I did think the movie visually was pretty cool. So yeah, did you guys watch the Oscars last week? Like, I didn't watch it at all. And I wasn't interested in watching it. I don't know why. But I did see that Wicked won for costume design, which makes sense. Like, the Oscars rarely reward comedies or musicals. They like their serious movies, their grown-up movies, which Wicked is like the only one that I was wanting to watch anyway. Or maybe Substance. I might watch The Substance, although I know that that's body horror. That might not be up my alley. But anyway, you know, it's weird because I usually try to see all of the best Oscar nominees, and this year I haven't seen a single one. Not one. This will be the first one. And that's crazy to me. It's kind of like getting old and not knowing any of the artists at the Grammys. Like, I kind of expect that with music because I'm not really into the new music. But, you know, with movies, I don't know what happened. So I'm glad to be like seeing some of the Oscar movies, even though the Oscars are already over. So yeah, before we get started, please like, subscribe, leave comments, do all the things. It really does help the channel. So I appreciate all of you who have subscribed so far. And then make sure to let me know what you'd like me to react to next. Then check out my Patreon for full-length and obscure movies, and everything over there is free to watch. Go check it out. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there. All right, enough about that. Let's dive into Wicked. Have snacks because this is a long movie. Have a leftover roll and a Captain and Coke, because movies are always better with a little bit of alcohol.
Exactly how dead is she?
Is she really most sincerely dead?
Let me tell you the whole story.
Visually, it's looking pretty cool so far. Goodness. It's pretty cool visually, I gotta say. Oh, hello, them. That is a very cool wand.
Are people born wicked? Or do they have wickedness thrust upon them?
Oh, they're painting her as pretty wicked. Yeah.
And one thing led to another, as it so often does.
That's true enough.
The froggy ferny cabbage, the baby is unnaturally.
That's green. That's the one part I remember of the book, and them just like the doctor saying, well, this is perfectly healthy baby girl, and the mom going, but why is she green?
It's all right, little one. Shh. We'll look after you.
It's weird that they're not showing people's faces when they talk. I'm already noticing this. It's a little odd. What are they doing? Wait, their dresses like what? That looks weird. She sounds pretty good, but it's odd that her mouth is not open that much when she sings those high notes.
Friend,
Oh, the whole thing is like crystal. That's very cool.
our paths did cross.
I love her little like sparkly things on her shoulders though. That's cute. Distracts from how skinny her clavicle looks. She looks just like Elle Woods. I love it.
We love you.
You have all your cases.
Yes.
And you will write.
Yes, I love you. Darling. It's that time.
Get the hell out.
That strangers are just people I've never met.
Yeah. And? Someone's here that's more interesting than you.
I could care less what others think.
Couldn't.
What?
You couldn't.
You couldn't, yes. Thank you. Thank you. I hate when people say that.
I'll miss you.
She looks really familiar. The girl who plays Nessa Rose. I'll have to see who she
You'll be
is.
having too good a time.
If I've seen her in something else. Or I feel like she's like the daughter of somebody. So this she kind of looks like her, but not really. I will say the costumes are pretty cool. They look great.
Of course, if someone very special were to come along.
Exactly. This is why I wanted to talk to you.
And that ain't you, sweetheart.
Let her go!
Oh. Okay, maybe don't do that. That's what we call a bit much. Oh dear. Oh, interesting that it breaks apart and shows like the animals underneath it. I didn't realize that.
Of the unexpected.
The heels.
Something is very wrong. I didn't get my way. I need to lie down.
Miss Alphaba, many years I have waited for a gift like...
Oh, I was wondering, like, why is there music under that dialogue? That doesn't seem like there needs to be music, but it's because she's gonna sing.
That could help me meet the wizard.
Oh God, her voice is gorgeous. Whew.
By my looks, he won't be blinded.
Well, let's hope so.
If I degreenify you.
She's pretty talented. I'm surprised she doesn't try to degreenify herself. Or maybe she has already and it's turned disastrous. That's that. What's his name? Does he play the wizard? I had no idea.
Celebration throughout all. It's all to do with me.
Well, you're not wrong, sweetheart.
Happy I could melt.
Yeah, her voice is incredible. She's cute. She's cute. All right, I'm into it. I feel like it took a half an hour just for the movie to start, really, because like now I feel like the movie started now that she's had a big song. And there's pink everywhere.
The rest of my bags should be arriving shortly.
The rest of them? Oh, good Lord.
Well, could you not? I'm sorry. I so enjoy air.
I so enjoy air? What does that even mean?
Oh, I saved you some space.
I love the way her her thing buttons. Her jacket, where it like comes down and then it comes up and buttons.
How did you do it? Tell me, please. I can keep a secret.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to tell you when you treat me like crap.
I don't know. I've never known.
So maybe we need to learn to express our emotions before they explode. I don't know.
I'll rise above it, for I know that's how you'd want me to respond.
Actual split screen? Not sure how I feel about that.
And you,
Is there a lens flare right across her face?
you're altogether quite impossible to describe.
Why do they have lens flare like that? That's so weird. I like her with a ponytail. Oh no, that's cool too, the way it goes up. I love that. So why doesn't Galinda wear the uniform? It's a good cackle. It is interesting that their socks don't match.
It seems the artichoke is steamed.
That's like so obviously mean. Wow.
From what I've read, The Great Drought.
Okay, excuse me.
Like, raise your hand.
It's so mean.
And when people are hungry and angry, well, then they begin to look for...
Someone to blame.
Well, that's true enough.
Guh, Linda, and I don't see why you can't just teach us history instead of always harping on the past.
Well, puppies.
Go and join your friends.
That's all right. I don't
I
have any
was gonna say,
friends.
I don't think she has any friends.
An unfortunate disturbance
I love
of
that
Dr. Dillerman's
curl
class
going up.
today.
It's interesting. They made so many things to, so much of the design is kind of like Art Nouveau-esque.
Thank us.
A dear friend of mine.
A deer?
A cow, actually.
A dear friend of mine. No, a cow.
And no one's seen her since.
Many animals have gone missing or are actually bleeding.
So the face. So cute.
Thriving flock forbidden to preach.
No.
Now we only can screech.
I love the little monkey guy.
Well, I was just...
Does it
It's
say
all
who the
right.
voice of his?
Quickly, come inside.
Oh, Peter Dinklage. Okay, it's like I knew it was kind of somewhat familiar.
You'll find if you make it discouraging enough, you can keep anyone silent.
That's true enough.
Oz bless you, Dr. Dillerman.
So Oz is like God, I guess.
Whoa there! Great.
Hello, hero on a horse.
You might want to, Okay.
Oh, the horse talks too? Okay.
Is this how you go through life? Just running amok and trampling anyone in your path?
No.
Oh.
And the defensiveness, is that a recent development?
No, that's pretty much been there the whole time too.
Please help him feel welcome without making direct eye contact.
They have like extendable heels. All right. Yeah, it's pretty cute.
Enroll here often?
Could I ask you?
Anything.
Yeah, literally anything. That's a very pretty dress.
What was I doing?
How would I know?
Our first fight.
What, dude? I wish her hair was like poofier, like was more like more blonde hair. It just needs more hair.
Rare books around here somewhere, and some medium rare as well.
Medium rare? What, honey?
No need to tough it when you can slough it.
I just don't step on the books. Don't step on the books. Please don't step on the books. Don't be dancing to that. Oh, they rotate. All right. Why? So it's like, I feel like some of the design it's all really cool looking, but if it doesn't have an actual purpose, then it's just kind of like, oh, that's just visually meant to be visually interesting. It's like, why do these things, like, what purpose do they have that they rotate? Stop kicking the books. Jesus. Yeah. Like, what are those round things? Like, are they just ways to, like, store books, or, like, it feels shallow if the visual doesn't have a purpose. And I'm seeing that with a little bit of the costumes too. Like, why is the big shoulders, or
Oh, right now.
Why not?
Go ask her right now.
I'm trying to see what her necklace is, but I can't tell.
I don't know what you mean. I love helping others.
See, her hair looks a little stringy to me, and I'm like, I feel like it should be more flowy. Again, the lens flare just... Why?
Am I not the most scandalous little fish in the sea?
The most.
That is a very pretty dress.
Hi.
We should go.
Yeah, we have to go. Rouge.
What are the friends' names even? I feel like they should have shown a little bit more about who they are. Yeah, it's very 20s coded. Like, that girl had like almost like historically accurate flapper dress on.
A magic wand.
Ooh, that's a pretty one. Yeah, there's like pin curls and flapper dresses, and it's a very odd choice. Like, that chick, that's a total flapper look. Like, what's going on with that? So did she think that the hat was a nice gesture? Does she like the hat, or? So I mean, is the whole thing that, like, it's really the 20s, but she's dressed in early 19th century or early 20th, 1900s outfit with the sleeves and yeah. See, I don't understand why the light is behind him. Like they were doing with Galinda a minute ago too. Like, the light's behind him, showing on the back of his head, and like his face isn't lit. Like, it's just, the lighting is very, very odd. So this is the African anteater ritual from Can't Buy Me Love. This was what all the cool kids are doing. Like, was the whole club thing supposed to be like underwater? Like, why was it designed with the ceiling that way? Like, what was the purpose?
The milk flowers made Nessa come too soon, and
See, like, the glasses are cool, but like, why are they like that?
I see someone less fortunate than I, and let's face it, who isn't
less fortunate than I.
I know.
See, again, the light is behind. Why is the light behind her head?
Don't worry, I'm determined.
I mean, look how beautiful that shot is, but it's just like, I don't know, the lighting is wacky, yeah.
The ways to alert and flounce. Ew. I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair.
Should have shown its shoes.
Becoming popular.
Lar. What is she doing?
Wait, your whole life is gonna change. And it's all because of me.
Again, it's lens flare right across her face. Like,
Depressing creatures with
and now they're outside, and there's still not light on their faces.
Why, Miss Elphaba? Look at you.
Again, though, why is the light not on their faces? Why is it coming from the side like that? Not that the lighting always has to be perfect, but like in like certain moments when, I mean, lens flare has its place, you can use it to a certain effect, but it's almost like the set is more important than her in it. Like, she should be the brightest thing in this shot right now, not the shadow coming from the window. It makes no sense at all. That's gonna bugged the crap out of me. God, I hate that.
Is called a cage. This remarkable innovation is for the good of all Oz.
Well, they don't have the concept of cages? That's interesting. Puppies will make them sleep.
There is no pretense here. I happen to be genuinely self-absorbed and deeply shallow.
Oh, please.
Deeply shallow? So one touch, like I feel like that little exchange between the two of them, like it needed a little bit more dialogue. I feel like they could have built on that a little bit, help them connect more.
Fiyero.
Like, why are there 2 points of light behind her?
Eyes meet.
Like, that seems really, it's just very distracting to have that one light there. And then now there's like, why are there lights back there? It doesn't make any sense.
Who you are.
So I can't believe this is only the second time that we've heard her singing. Like, it's everything. This whole movie should be just her singing. Like, it's... But yeah, I think they needed to build up that relationship a little bit better to make this song mean a little bit more.
Blithe smile.
How did we get here from that scene into this? Like, that's weird.
And heaven knows.
And like, why is it brighter? I'm sorry, I can't go on about the lighting, but like, why is it brighter over there? And then her face is not the brightest thing on the screen. Like,
I will henceforth be known no longer as Linda.
why is the camera
Simply
showing so much sky? Like, that's weird. There's so many things that are weird about the filming. Yeah, and I really do kind of still want an explanation as to why Glinda and Fiyero don't wear the uniform. Like, Elphaba, in this moment, I can see why she doesn't wear it because she's getting on a train and she's leaving school. But, like, why do they all have to wear their uniform and Glinda and Fiyero don't?
One short day, full of so much to do. Every way that you look.
Very weird choreography right there. Like, what are they doing? Like, with the hand on the crotch dancing? Like, what is that? That can't be the original choreography from the show.
Presenting the absolute factual story of our wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Absolute factual story, yeah. So, we know it's total BS. It's not very green. I was expecting there to be even more green, I guess. I remember seeing that they show up. That's cool.
Sing or join us.
Okay.
They will know if it's true. Fetch the greenery.
Those guys look like the Oompa Loompas from.
Who's the mage?
So yeah, you're not singing my part, sweetheart. Not while I'm standing right next to you, Chia. What's the point? I don't get these guys. Like, what's the point? They look so odd. Oh, Alice in Wonderland is those guys look like they're from.
I can say we're just two friends.
Again, look how dark her face is. Like, why is the light behind them? Makes no sense to me. All this color and all this effort put into the costumes and the makeup and the hair and everything, and you're not even like aiming a light at it. Like, the people who are basically carrying the whole thing is these two. Like, see, in this scene, I think the shadows make sense. It's supposed to be like suspenseful and a little scary. But because they've done this side light thing so much, it doesn't mean anything.
The great and terrible.
Oh, and there's flames. Okay.
a man.
Elphaba Throp? I didn't know it was you. You made it.
No, that voice anywhere.
For you to cherish for all of your days.
Okay. Galinda's like, no, me next. Me next.
Recently, I've gotten a little stuck trying to figure out what color the bricks of that road ought to be.
It's a little on point. Is this
Oh, yellow brick road.
It does offset the green nicely.
Forever. Because at some point...
Okay, I really want to see a clear shot of her nails and what they look like.
Whole pile of stones. You're
See, now there's some light on her face. That looks good.
A son or daughter.
Okay. Hitting that a little on the nose, too. Does anybody not know that plot point? Like a balloon. I love that. They look thick as thieves. Oh, that opens pretty cool.
Don't be discouraged. If you...
Oh, interesting that he's got two different colored eyes. At least now there's finally some light on her face. I know I keep going on and on and on about the lighting, but it's really the only thing to complain about, though, in the movie. Everything else is gorgeous. Well, it doesn't look like he's having a good time with it. Oh, you can fly now. Okay, go to town, dude. So why did the wizard pick that specifically? I can't remember why he wanted that. Oh, did he make it? Did she do it for all of them? Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
It's just what we hoped for. Eyes in the skies.
Yes.
Oh.
Elsie, I'm sure the wizard has a good reason.
No, probably not.
You're behind all of this.
Again with the light right behind her. It's so distracting.
To bring folks together is to give them a real good enemy.
Common enemy? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you just make them yourself?
Sticky can't.
Think of your future, dearie.
Stay back.
Yes. I'm the one with the power, sweetheart. Why are they going down? Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? Good Lord. This is terrifying. I thought this was supposed to be a kid's movie.
Goodness, Elphaba, you're being ridiculous. Come on.
Oh, the balloon.
Absolutely.
Okay. That filled rather fast. Oh, dear. I think like they're gonna pop the balloon.
Hey! No!
No! No! That's like wag her finger at her. Pop it. Yeah, it's gonna pop it. Although she has the power of levitation, so... Oh, right now it's on fire. Okay. Jesus.
This isn't good. Elsie.
Ooh. A broom.
This is everything you've dreamed of.
It's all pretty much a lie, so I don't think it's everything she's dreamed of.
I think I'll try defying gravity.
See, it's so defying gravity. Like she sings, it's so easy. She makes it just look so effortless to get those notes out. It's gorgeous. And so, it's I've just been waiting for her to start singing again this whole time. Like this is only the third song that she's gotten. Like we need more Cynthia Erivo singing.
Where are your wings? Maybe you're not as powerful as you think you are.
Yeah. I think she is.
Sweet Oz.
Put your hand out, it'll come to you. Oh, find a big cape.
Put this around you.
It's interesting that, Galinda found her the cape. Galinda gave her the hat. That's cool. It's a good shot. Good shot. Oh, hurry up. Jesus. I don't think she falls in the show. In the musical. Good God, hurry. Okay, why is the light not on her face? I mean, I'm all for like a good sunrise, sunset, whatever it is, but it's distracting. She like killed all the power. Is that a good metaphor? So it's it's interesting that they chose that font because that's the Wizard of Oz font from the original thing. So, is there any? I want to post credit scenes of what happened in the second movie. Give us a preview. So that was amazing, and I know me going on about the light on their faces was probably annoying, but it was an annoying distraction throughout every single scene in the entire movie. This otherwise almost perfect movie filled with amazing lead performances, these beautiful women that they put on the screen, and we can't see their freaking faces. Like, it's mind-boggling to me what they thought they were doing with the lighting and the color mixing. It's literally the only thing to be criticized in this movie, but it's so huge. And I'm sorry, like, especially when you cast a Black woman in a lead role, she deserves to have the light on her face be as beautiful as everything else. Like, even when that face is covered with green makeup, and they just really did her a disservice here. Because the design of this movie is amazing. Everything is so purposeful. The tiniest detail in the texture of the clothing and the sets, and the tiniest detail in the shading of the green makeup on her face, and like the placement of the freckles. Like, it's just so detailed, and so much work went into it. And then how they could fuck the lighting up so bad is just beyond me. And it's not just her face; it's Galinda's face too. Letting like lens flares pass right across her face, like this darling little cutesy little pixie face while she's singing. I don't understand it. All they had to do was point the camera at these two gorgeous women and let them open their mouths and sing, and then they just like fucked it up so royally. Like, these two could have been on an empty stage wearing burlap sacks and filmed with a stupid iPhone or something, and it would have been glorious. But it was all this stuff, like with the lights shining at the audience, it's all on purpose. Like, somebody had to step into that forest floor set and someone was directed to walk over to that spot and on the set and like point the light at the camera. Like, it's just so stupid. Crazy Rich Asians doesn't look like that. It's colorful and rich and visually interesting and realistic, and there are no freaking lights shining right in the audience's eyes to have this like one weird thing look brighter than the focus. What should have been the focus? It's all just bad choices. It's very disappointing. And yes, I Googled it. And yes, I know they thought they were like using contemporary lighting cues to draw emotion. Well, you know what? Newsflash, your actors can draw emotion for you if you would just have trusted them, because you got them. Literally all you had to do was point the camera at them, because they're these amazing women. And what they did in their to show in their zeal to like show how good they are at making movies was just distract us from these gorgeous women that should have been their sole focus, instead of making these freaking fake sunlight coming in through the windows so important. Like, these guys, they didn't trust their actors. They didn't trust the story. They didn't trust the music. And they didn't even trust like the whole world that they were even that they created themselves. Like, I don't know why they didn't trust that to be enough, because it would have been enough. So enough about that. Yeah. I went on and on, I know, sorry. So let's talk instead about Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, because they were amazing. Their voices are so beautiful, and I wish every moment could have just been them singing. I think Ariana was very good. She was a little bit like, I felt like she was doing Kristen Chenoweth a little bit as Galinda, but I'm not really mad about it. Like, the role kind of calls for that because it's so specific in the theater, and like that, Kristen Chenoweth is a powerhouse in her own right. It's hard not to be inspired by that. It is kind of darling, and I think it's a good contrast. She has to go overboard with it in order to contrast with Elphaba. So I think things will get more interesting for her in part 2. There's a little bit more for her to work with. So I'll be interested to see if she can make it a tiny bit more her own. But overall, I'm very impressed with her, and she has a real command of the screen in those moments when it was called for. Cynthia Erivo, I mean, like, what do you even say? I mean, she's just amazing. Like, her voice is so gorgeous. I can't wait to see more of her in the second part. There will be moments too where I thought, or there were moments too where I thought she was really having fun in the role, and I liked that. It was almost like Elphaba herself was discovering how fun it was to be Elphaba, and that she had like a sense of humor, and there was little touches there that I was like, oh, that's cute, Yeah, she's just, her voice is amazing. I thought that Jeff Goldblum was great to cast as the wizard because, he does those sincere moments really well, but there's a little bit of slimy shtick behind it, just to like make you wonder, And then that shot of Michelle Yeoh finally just being showing her in all her wickedness, that was so great. She has such command of the screen too. I kind of forgot how awful that character is supposed to be. So that was a fun development to go through, maybe with people who didn't know the plot of the show beforehand. So yeah, overall, I loved it. And if the lighting had been better, I would have been singing its praises 100%. I really hope they make different choices about that in part 2, because they've got 2 powerhouse actresses in the lead roles. Just point the cameras at them, let them go to town, and get the hell out of their way. So if you enjoyed this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, recommend it to your friends, do all the things. Let me know what you thought about this movie in the comments. Were you as distracted by the lighting as I was? Check out my Patreon for full-length and obscure stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching with me.